Chair set up. I just wasn't sure. So, and then I also do Chris and Instagram Live, so that I've just got a lot of people that.
We're meeting with a lot of people today. You know.
Oh, we got more than, how many more?
I thought that was Diana.
Oh, maybe not. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, we are going to yoga. Okay, we are live. So I didn't want to give a ton of time so that we, they had to sit and they can't see my feet. Excuse me. Aha, there's Christine.
She got here
She made it.
through the rain, snow.
Welcome, welcome. So, I have been doing the course.
Oh, I forgot to do it.
You'll touch, I've done this for so many years that it just clicks. And, so I wanted to share, I don't have my phone. I've been studying with a gal named Donna Farley. She, just kind of a yoga. Oh, I've just been thrilled with what I'm learning. Because, I've always liked to be in that mind frame. But I wanted to share a quote with you from her. That's not what it is. Hang on just a second. Where did it go? There it is. So she teaches a course about 7 moving principles. And I thought it would be really kind of cool to take a week and spend on each principle. And when we get here, you're going to go, oh, we've already done that. And it's true. But to delve a little deeper into. So I've got a quote that I love from her. She says, "This practice is for you. You are not a sacrificial victim to the practice." So it isn't, Debbie says do this. Okay, it really is you discovering, what does my body want to do? How does my body feel? No, I don't want to do this, or yes, I do want to do this, okay? So modify the practice to suit your needs. That's what this is all about. But today, I wanted to make sure I get that right. But today, I really wanted to focus on the breathing, because that is like the #1 movement that we create, because unless we're dead, we're breathing, right? I know that some of you feel like I'm close to death. Dad, I'm getting closer. I understand, we all are. But it has this breath, so close your eyes. Just breathe. The inhale and the exhale. And I know that all of you can say, Deb, we have done this so many times with you. I totally agree. But guess what? Like my dad told me, Dad, you like to eat every day, don't you? And I was like, okay, I get it. I can listen to the same thing more than once. I know that oftentimes when I read sacred text, scripture, that I'll read the same passage that I've already read, right? And got nothing out of it maybe a time before, and something stands out this time. So think of it along those terms. But I'm going to give you a clue that this is Donna Farhi, but I love this idea of the breath, and that is oscillating. So I want you to think of a fan, and go ahead and with your eyes still closed, unless you need to open to say, what is she doing? Because I'll be doing it. Go ahead and just over your right shoulder. Take a deep inhale. And then on the exhale, move all the way to the left shoulder. And you've done this before. And then on the inhale, come back. But I want you to think of yourself as a fan. The inhale takes you one way. The exhale takes you the other way. Inhaling And it's not, this fan is not on high speed right now, but even on high speed, it doesn't ever go, okay? Sometimes we want to move that quickly. So I'd like us today, not only with the breath, but with every movement we make, every one of our things, to have this idea of oscillating, of keeping that same tempo. Maybe you want to increase it just a little bit. Totally fine. And go ahead and bring the head back to center. Now we're going to go ahead and drop the chin. We're still going to kind of take the chin to a shoulder, but it's just going to go to a shoulder, and I'd like you to oscillate with your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Go ahead and come back to center. Bring the chin up. You could blink open the eyes. So you get the idea. So if we're moving a shoulder, it's going to be inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, so do that with me. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Again, inhale, exhale, inhale. Notice if in this, one of the things that starts to happen sometimes when we breathe is if we have a tight place, it will go like this. Yeah. So rather than doing that, maybe your movement is here because of where your shoulder is, so that you can keep that oscillating rhythm, right? So you're noticing, again, this is a victim to the practice. Yeah. This is where my shoulder can move right now and keep that rhythm. Let's try the other arm. Notice the difference. Maybe this arm is like a piece of cake, right? We are symmetrical in that we have dual body parts. But other than that, there is no symmetrical, okay? If you could even just see when you work on cadavers and you see their bone structure, you're like, oh, and you measure, the difference. So again, if this is the arm that may be, right? So you're looking, go ahead and keeping them down, you're gonna roll just one and then the other. So this would mirror a backstroke, but we're just using our shoulder. So kind of the same kind of a thing, making sure we use the breath. Now go ahead and pause for a minute, because sometimes this is what I hear when we're breathing. I hear okay, oftentimes I'll hear this nice smooth inhale, and then I can tell they're holding their breath. You can actually start to see tension form here, and then pretty soon this little. So you are trying to create this smooth oscillating, okay? You would get rid of a fan that would go and stay there and not oscillate back and forth. Yes, you'd get rid of that. You'd say, oh, this goes to the junk pile because it's not working. So I really want us to focus on this oscillating, okay? Go ahead and hand down, come up, over, come back, up, and over. Now, if this up is, here we go, we're just gonna maybe go here. Maybe this is all I can do. Maybe I can go all the way, okay? So we really are just trying to find range of motion. Go ahead and stay over here. You're gonna just kind of roll through. Now I'd like you to, with your backs, okay, here, to really round. And then come back over the other side, and you're gonna go back the first, the second. So instead of going the same way, so it's not a circle here, and back and up and circle. You'll get really dizzy doing that. Okay, you're gonna come here, and then you're gonna come over, and then you're gonna come back. So we're actually, can you feel that in your low back? That stretch as we come forward. Use your hands on your thighs if you need to. Finding that range of motion. And then go ahead and just put your forearms on your thighs. And pause. Find your breath again. Close your eyes. So Christy, you're going to be really careful here. I think you can do this. Okay. Go ahead and push down with your elbows. They're going to go down into your thighs and you're going to pull back. Ooh, really stretching in that low back. It should feel pretty good. And then unstretch. So technically, okay, we're rounding, and then the top of the hip bone, we're doing kind of an anterior tilt, and then we're pulling back, and an anterior tilt, but it's not that extensive because we're just right here. Find that. So it's almost like you're rounding the spine here, and then you're lengthening the spine. You're rounding, breathing into, and you're lengthening. You're rounding, breathing into, and lengthening. One more round, one more lengthen, and then would you take, and you can either use your block or your bolster. And then give me a bolster. Let me grab you a bolster. And I'd like you to kind of hang over. So if you want to use a block works just fine, just right here on your lap, and you can come over. But if you're like, no, I want a little deeper than here, and you're going to come over, and you're just going to tuck your chin. Your arms can hang, your arms can be on your thighs, your arms can be on the bolster. Yeah. And breathe. Find that oscillating nature of your breath again. Inhaling, exhaling. Supporting the back in a forward fold. So Christy, this is kind of the only way I think you should do forward folds. This way you're supported. Does that make sense? Okay. I wanted to show you how you could do them. You probably should never do them standing up, right? Folding over that way. But this way you can get that stretch. We'll go ahead and come back up. Let's start with our block. We're going to do a couple of things with it. And we've done these before. Nothing new here. It's turned out on an angle. Go ahead and take. Okay, you can do right foot, you can do left foot. I'll just watch to make sure. So Joyce is going to go a little wider and a little out to the side, you two, Larry. I want you to we're getting in here. We're oscillating in that hip socket. And this side doesn't bug you, it's the next side. But this side bugs me. This is my tight side. I am finding, okay, I've really tried to be like specific in my own personal practice. So not a victim, right, to the practice, but what does my body need? And if I will do this every day. So right here, this is no pain, but this one for me is like, ouch, right? And so I'm breathing, but look how mindfully, right? How just specific I'm finding that movement. Breathing with it. So, best thing. Yeah. So you normally, right, we don't really turn out, but we've got to have this rotation, okay? And go ahead and hold it out. Now here, okay, it's that same little tilt we just did. That's why we did it first. That one's painful for me. So top of my hip is moving forward. If you want to put your hands on your hips and then use your thumbs and just kind of push the hip forward, yeah, you'll feel that action there. And then you're going to come back. and then you're gonna come forward and come back. So does this hurt your hip? Okay, good. Mine hurts for about 5 or 6 of them, and then it stops. And then I feel like it gets. Now there's one more thing I want you to add. Come here and stay. I'd like you to feel as if your knees are pulling away from each other. You could probably watch and see minute movement, but this is more just that kind of action, okay? And then I want you to kind of, here's our oscillating. We now got both of them going, okay? This one really isn't going wide, okay? But I really still want you to feel that action and this action. Inhale, that action, this action. We've been doing this for a while. That action, this action, with your breath. Yes, we've seen some fabulous work. Nicely done. And then go ahead, if you need to, you lift up your leg, or you can just pick it up and bring it down. Okay, now, you're gonna turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, not wide. Turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, and then just whack it. Okay, just a little shake out of that. And then pause, close your eyes. How we tell if we're not being victim to our practice is the rebound. How do I feel having done that movement? What does my body feel like? Okay. So I want to try one more thing with this same leg. You may have to hold on to the chair. Okay. I'm trying to think if we want. Try to take, and you're going to be careful, and tuck the foot behind the chair, bringing the knee, bringing the shin towards the floor. Okay. Yeah, slide it back, just kick your shoes out of the way. There you go. Yeah. See what you can get, and then you're actually going to use your hands on the back of the chair, bend your elbows, and you're just going to kind of lean back. So you were working the other leg. Use your leg that you worked. Yeah. Same with you. Switch legs. We did all that work on this leg. Now we're stretching that out. So one of the hardest things to access from a chair is, when we're sitting, that hip flexor is engaged. It is working. This is stretching it, okay? Oftentimes our knees won't allow us, right, to do this kind of a stretch. That's basically what we're trying to get, okay? So when you get it there to where you're on the floor and then you take your body back, you're trying to create that little bit of a stretch there. Yeah. So on your other side, we got to be really careful, right? Yeah. And then release, but notice the difference. Even though it's not a tremendous amount of stretch, it's a little bit. I'm trying to find ways that we can access this without the knees, because our knees, some of them don't want to bend. Okay, take your block over to the other side. Beautiful work. So, foot up on it, okay? It's going side to side. We're finding that oscillating. Yeah, there you go. You can take it a little wider there. There you go. Yeah. Okay, how's this? Does it hurt? So what's amazing is mine, originally, when I first started, it's like, oh. But after really about 4 or 5 times, I'm like, okay, all right, there it is. And I really think that in bed at night, stuff just tightens back on. Every night. I'm like, what the freak, right? That's so yeah, now go ahead and hold it open, right? Here comes our tilt. Put your hands on your hips, because I really want you to feel the bone and feel the movement go forward and back and forward. So you're really trying, this is going forward, now this is pulling back. This is going forward, this is going back. So yes, I'm still getting a round and a lengthen in my spine, but I'm not doing it this way. Can you see the difference? This is all upper body. This here is getting right into, because it's not as much movement. Oscillate that back and forth. And then go ahead and let this foot go out a little wider and feel the knees. Yeah, just feel as if you're trying to lengthen. I can't even really see, but I can feel that I'm stretching those legs away. Holding still for a moment, and then you're gonna pull it in. And then you're gonna go out, and this knee doesn't have to move, but then in. And then you're here, you're feeling it on both knees. For whatever reason, go ahead and just try it. Just do that knee reaching, and then back in, and that knee reaching. Yeah, you feel a stretch. Now do both knees reaching, and there's a different stretch. Okay, we're using the opposition of the body. This is part of what that oscillating is. Okay, it's going in and out, and in and out. Yeah, and in and out, and then bring it down. Pause and just wiggle in and out, in and out. And you can do both of them here. All right. So for your knee, I have been just, how can I possibly help Larry do this with his knee that can't bend? Okay, so let me get everybody else in, and I'm gonna come and I'll show you guys too. So go ahead, other leg comes back now. No, you did that one before. Yeah, did you do that one before? Yeah, no, you're right. No, it's that one. Yeah, there you go. Find that stretch. Yeah, and then take the lean. Okay, you can't do the same leg. Yeah, we've got to somehow, so there you're accessing that. Now, if you've got a knee injury, I want you to stand up. Everybody stay. Okay, stay, you're stretching. We're doing something a little different, okay? I want you to come around to the back of your chair. I'm gonna turn so that they can see here. And grab your block, Larry, and bring your block. Okay. So you're gonna hold on to the chair. The chair is gonna help, okay? You need to move, stick it in your shoe. There you go. That thing's not getting lost. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, so you're holding on to the chair. You're gonna use this here. Okay, but I want you to hold on with both hands. Watch, and I'll show you up here. Okay. You're gonna come, you can totally turn that block down. That chair's gonna move, but you're gonna come down so that you can just, you're keeping the band not even, right? And then you're just gonna lean back. So you're pushing back. You're gonna find that stretch. Okay, I wanted to show them that. Yeah, here, turn your chair back around. You didn't need to move your chair because I just need to move it. So we're doing this knee, this leg.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's coming here, you're holding on here. Okay, don't step on it. No, hold on to your chair first. Let this leg lift. Okay, point your toes. Push. You can actually turn your toes over. Okay, now I want you to lean your body back. Lean the knee. Yeah. Can you feel a stretch down? Great.
I just hear more about switch.
Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, here, move you a little higher. See if that makes a little difference.
Let's make it higher.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, come down. The block's too wobbly. There you go. Yeah. So now lean your body back. Try to lean your body back, but lean back here. We're looking for a stretch here. Are we finding it? A little bit of one there? Yeah. Okay. So does that make sense? What we're doing here is just trying to find, okay, with my foot back there, I'm coming down and then I'm taking my body back because I want the length and the stretch here. You guys can release. Go ahead and come. Did that help at all? Maybe not. Okay, go ahead and come back. Feel the thought. I can feel the stretch, so I figured maybe somebody else could too. Alrighty, so homework is to do those every day. I just moved myself. Does that make sense? How was homework last week? Yeah. Joan remembers what it was. Did you do it?
No, why?
I have no authority. I want authority in some manner, and I have none. All right, you get 2 homeworks today. I'm going to give you a text stream every day. Are we doing our homework? Right? Okay, beautifully done. Let's go this way, both of them, at the same time. It's going to be kind of the same thing. Be gentle. Remember that the feet turn out further than the knees will go. We don't want that. You want your knees right over your toes. So wherever your turnout is in your hips. And everybody's is going to be different. Okay, this is going to be the same movement with this anterior tilt. Pull it forward, reach it back. Pull it forward. How's that feel? Reach it back. Okay. This probably, I'm going back to the drawing board with your quad stretch. There's got to be a way that we can get that accessed. Okay, yeah, find that. Go ahead and hold with the anterior tilt, with the hips going forward. Plant your hands here. You can straighten the leg, the arms, lengthen, and go ahead and create a little bit of a back bend. So try to lift your chest up. And then you're going to take, I'd like to feel your tailbone tuck under. So tuck and under. Feet have to push into the floor. You're engaging all of this work. Curl around. Go ahead and tuck your chin. Come all the way back up. We're going to move with our breath, but it's going to be a really slow oscillate. So inhale up. Exhale the anterior tilt with a little bit of a back bend. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, tailbone tuck. Find the curl. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale back. One more. Inhale up, exhale forward. Inhale up, exhale back. And then go ahead and release, wiggle out the legs. Well done. Go ahead and grab, if you haven't done, whoops, mine's escaping. Grab your ball, let's do our feet, okay? So you're looking for places that are not very pleasant feeling. Okay, going side to side. I really spend a ton of time doing this underneath the arch of my foot. So for those of you, your knees are okay, aren't they, Christy? To bend. Can you bend them totally? Okay. For those of you that can do this, put it right behind your knee. So it's right in there, and I'm going to close. So Larry, you can do one leg, but not the other here, okay? And then I'd like you to just take your hands and kind of pull your shin in. You should feel that on the calf muscle a little bit. I often will do this on the floor. So you're pulling this foot as tight as you can get, but the ball's inside here. Your ball's right there on the ground. I saw you try to get rid of that. Can you feel that on your calf muscle? Or not really? A little bit? Feel the ball. There should be some sensation. I think some of the best thing for you would be some ball fascia work. So we can work on that too. Go ahead, I'd like you to take a circle with that hip. Can you tell we're kind of working our hips? And I want you to find that oscillating nature. You're squeezing that in as tight as you can, trying not to lose the ball. Look at my foot. My foot isn't just hanging there, right? And I'm seeing all those flexed feet. Then reverse that circle. And then just in and out, okay? And then bring that down. So I want to just show you, oftentimes this is what I do. This is much more sensational. And you're welcome if you want to try that. If that's, yeah, you get down here and you're, whoa, that is just like, and then you just wiggle it back and forth. Yeah. So that's, we're going to go to the second side, but that's an option that you can do. Yeah, give it a try, Christy. She's banging it. She's like, oh. Yeah, so second side, come up. And you on this one, don't put the ball there. But you're not tugging here, your hand's here for that knee. So you're going more up with it. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so the rest of you are down here and you're squeezing that back. He doesn't get to do that. And then you're just moving it kind of across. It gets the calf muscle. Do your other leg. You did that leg first. You did that one on the floor. Did you do that one on the chair? I thought you did, but maybe I could be wrong. I thought everybody was on the same leg. I kind of watch. I have cheaters. They like to do the same leg twice. Okay, here we go, circles. How's that? Okay. And reverse the circle. So already the work we've done, my hip is eased to where it's like, oh, okay, you got this. You so got this. And then just in and out. Okay. This, as you can tell, the hips higher. So we've gone 3 different levels to do the same kind of movement because there's different muscles and there's different range of motion that we want to have. Go ahead and you can release that. So, are you still running?
No.
This just some of the best work we can get with those. Let's do our hands. Yeah, strapable. Go ahead and just take it in your hand. We're going to do some squeeze and release. So I don't know if you've noticed this as you age, opening jars. I have so much hand strength. And I'm like, what the freak? I'm like, oh my goodness. So here we go. We're just squeezing it, releasing. Squeezing it, releasing. Okay, we've done about 10 of them. Now squeeze and pull the wrist and lengthen. So this is more wrist. We're going to go in and out, just up and down, kind of like this with a flexion extension, and then we're going to try the rotation. And we'll go both directions. So we've got that going and the other direction. Okay, now close your eyes and notice if you're still oscillating, because we haven't mentioned it for a moment. Go ahead and go back in the circle the first way, and then go ahead and flex and extend, and then come back to releasing the ball and squeezing and releasing and squeezing and releasing and squeezing. And then go ahead, just put that hand on your lap. You should feel that you've worked some muscle there. What I'd like you to do is take and see if you can push. So I've totally flipped it, yeah. Reach into the back side of that wrist, and then you're just gonna kind of oscillate. And then go ahead and here, yeah, feel the stretch, And then you're gonna feel here. Push the hand down, lift the fingers up. You should feel it probably more on the outside towards the pinky finger than the other, and then release. Shake it out. Shake the whole arm out. Let it hang, breathe. Can you feel the increased blood flow, the tingle, a little bit of throbbing? So we're just accessing today lots of little things. Second side, make fist and out. Make fist and out. So, arthritis, okay? See the balls. Squeeze. Squeeze as tight as you can. Release, squeeze. Move with your breath. Inhale. Exhale can squeeze. Inhale can be here. Exhale can be here. Inhale can be here. You choose. Just squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Got a couple more. Okay, and then squeeze, flex. Now this one I don't have as much. I've got a bicycle injury. Tandem biking with the husband sometimes creates injury.
Did you break something or?
I broke a little piece off. Nothing that needed like surgery or anything, but enough that I don't have the same range of motion in this wrist. He had never clipped in biking, and the tandem is a clip in. And so I'm like, okay, our right leg's stronger, so we're always unclipping left and hit unclip right and catch myself. All right, make the circles. So, how important with a little break is this kind of movement for my wrist? Anybody had broken bones? Never? Okay. Surgery? Okay. Yeah, can you feel it there?
I just broke my wrist last August, and this was really good.
Reverse it. Does it feel good? Okay, good. So, this kind of go ahead and come back the first way, and then we're going to go back to the extension, flexion, extension, flexion, and then squeeze and release, squeeze. Notice that as you move it, I notice that my squeeze gets stronger or more, and then you can lose the ball. Okay, you're going to come here, right hand, just let it pause for a moment, and then bring it up underneath and feel that stretch. So that one's much more intense. That's the same arm. Use the other arm. Yeah. And then come here. Really let the wrist drop if you can. Yeah. And then come up. Plant it this way. Push down. Try to lift those fingers up. Yeah. Let yourself feel that work going on. And then release. Let it just hang. Shake it out. Put both hands on your lap. You're going to feel more in the hand you've just finished, but feel both of them. Find that breath. Beautifully done. Okay, stand up. You're just coming around to the back of your chair. I turn my chair so that you guys can see what's going on. I want your chair to be on that mat. Okay. This was our homework, remember? This, holding onto the countertop and just lengthening the spine. So when you find that, just lengthen back. Come up, lengthen back. My feet aren't even moving, but my knees are bending. Come up, lengthen back. Come up, lengthen back. Come up, lengthen back. Hold. You're gonna do, I want to bend in your knees. You can watch up here if you want. You're just gonna do little pulses. Now, we can totally just do little pulses and all that happens is my knees are bending. And that really isn't gonna work. That's not what I want to have happen. So I want the knees bent, I want you reaching your hips like you're gonna try and touch the wall behind, and I want you to squeeze them. So tighten your bum. And then push it down, pull it up. Push it down, pull it up. The knees are bending, but it's very subtle. I want to engage the glute muscle, okay? That's your bum. It's the big, you've got 3 of them. Okay, now go ahead and hold, breathe, reach, and then come on, shake it out. We're gonna do another one with our feet turned out, getting a little bit different area in the hip. So I'll show you this way. Your legs are gonna be turned out, okay? So you're gonna be stretching here and doing the same kind of movement here. Okay, so feet turn out. Reach it back, find that stretch, so you got the stretch in the back going on. Bend your knees. Okay, keep your heels down, and you're just gonna do little pulses. Squeeze your rear end. Can you feel how it's a different place? Yeah, we're accessing different muscle here. Breathe, breathe. Little tiny pulses, but I'm squeezing that glute muscle. And then go ahead and release. Walk it in, shake it out. Okay, that's a lot of work on those glutes. Is that okay? Yeah. So we're gonna do it again one more time. Feet straight, feet turned out. Okay. Now, I need you to step your feet a tad bit wider. This is why. Okay. Here, the knees can go down and they can go wide. But it's much harder on the knee wide than if we're here. And we're actually here accessing a little different spot on the hips, okay? So, thank you. Grab hold of your chair. Before we go back, let's stay close, okay? Feet are wide. I'll do it this way so you can see. You're just gonna go down and back up. Now, we can totally do this and just be moving the knee. You know that's not gonna happen, right? So reach the knees, we've already done that. And then I'd like you to squeeze them together. Reach them out. How's this? Squeeze them together, good. Reach them out, squeeze them together. Reach them out, squeeze them together. Reach them out. Huh?
You're squeezing your knees together.
My thighs.
Oh, your thighs.
Yeah. So it's not just the knees, because I don't ever want my knees to lock back. I don't want the lock. I want the squeeze of my thighs. Take it wide, squeeze with my thighs. Take it wide, squeeze with my thighs. Will you take it down and just hold for a moment? And can you just wiggle? Yeah, it's kind of a chicken type pose. And then go ahead and come up, turn the feet in. Still holding on if you need the chair, okay? Come down. This is a little wider. We're gonna come down. This time I do want you to go back with your rear end and come back up. Pushing into your heels. Push back with your glutes. Push down with the heels. Push back with your glutes. Push down with your heels. This is working hamstring and glute and push. If we just do the band, okay, we're just working in the joint. So reach it back, feel the glute, push with your heels. So it's almost like I'm trying to push my heel down through the floor, yes? And release. Go ahead and grab hold, step back, stretch your back, because those exercises also work our backs. Reach back. Reach as far back as you can get your feet to go. You're not wiggling here. Your feet need to be a little closer together. Yeah. Breathe. How's that feel on your backs? Good. Yeah, good. Beautifully done. Fabulous work. Go ahead and release. Come all the way up. Just shake it out. Okay? Wonderfully done. I want to do a few twists, so we're going to come back and sit. And then I made it kind of a decision in my mind that, I don't think, unless you want to go to the floor, I don't think I'm gonna have you come to the floor unless it's like, yeah, I really want to. Because I just am watching and, I don't know. So you get to choose on that one, okay? Again, you get to choose on all of this, so we're going with the no victim mode. Grab your strap. Sitting on the edge of your chair, sitting up as tall as you can. Just kind of take some little twists here. How does your back feel? Is it tight? Kind of maybe some curls and extension. Just finding some of that range of motion, okay? So we've done a little bit. We've done this, back and forth. Okay, and we've done a little bit of this. We've done a lot of this today. So now some twisting, but the twisting I don't want done with any of this round. Straight up the whole time, okay? Now, when we're straight up, we do want to pull the shoulders back. They don't have to be clear back. They're just hanging at our sides, okay? The other thing we want to watch is our rib cage. If I push my ribs forward, then I'm compressing my low back. I want to, if I'm in a back bend, I want to not only push forward, but then I want to pull this back. So remember how we pull knees away from each other, how we push into the floor to bring ourselves up. It's the same thing here. I'm not just gonna open and collapse the front side of my body. I wanna open and feel all of this work. So before we do this, in fact, I lied. Take this. This is what I do for work. I play with my body. So I want you to take and tie, just, you don't have to do a knot, very tightly, not on your waistline. It's right underneath, right on the rib cage. Go as tight as you can. And then breathe. Feel it go wide. Feel it pushing against that. Yeah. Let the breath expand and contract. Expand and contract. Feel the pressure of pushing out and back in. Pushing out and back in. And it's not this, right? It's literally, I'm expanding the rib cage. So as we inhale, which direction does the diaphragm go? It doesn't go out. It drops, creating more space for air, right? So as you inhale, that's pulling down, and as that pulls down, it makes everything expand. It gives me space, okay? And then as I exhale, it comes back up, and we could exhale, just rebound that, couldn't we? We could find that great big inhale and then just go boop, and let that thing plop back up, but not. We want to slowly exhale, pulling it back up into center. So you're literally right about here, around, especially these floating ribs. You're going to feel some work happening, okay? So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Beautifully done. Okay, you can uncross that. Sometimes getting out of it is as hard as getting into it. All right. Can you feel how your ribs have worked with that? I love doing this with that, finding that give. Okay, so you're just going to be here. They're not at shoulder height. They're dropped probably maybe 6 inches. Okay. We're not really doing this right now. So I'm just holding it, but I'm holding it with a fist. Because we're going to go like this, go that way first, go this way and twist, go the other way there, and then come back. Slowly, as you come back, you're gonna pull the arms wide. So they're not wide, I'm going over, and then as I come back, I'm pulling them away from each other to come back. You should feel that in your back, and then release. Take the arms down, we held that for a bit, roll through the shoulders. Come back to here, okay? You're gonna go to the other side. Come this direction. Go ahead, and then pull as you come back. Notice what it helps you do, and release. Okay, one of the things this is helping us do is, one of the things I see is we'll twist and we get in and we get this and then we just slingshot out. No slingshotting today. Here we go. Go over to I'm going to my right, it'll be your left, right? And then pull to come back. Come here without a rest. Go to the other side. Pull to come back. Let it go. One more, each side. Over. Pull to come back together. Other side. Pull to come back and release. Anybody feel the shoulders? Yeah, just circle through those babies. Yeah, range of motion. Okay, we're gonna hold the twist this time. So you can use this, but you don't have to. So we're gonna twist this way first. I'm gonna, with this hand and the strap, I'm gonna hold onto my chair, but I'm twisting my body. I love doing twists in chairs because oftentimes when we do twists without the chair, our whole body goes in poses. It can't do that here because we're seated, which I love. Okay, so you got that. Hold on to your chair with that hand. Okay, now you're coming back. You're going back. You're pulling, but you're twisting, and the pull is just my movement. I'm not pulling my arm wide, but I'm just moving my body back and forth. Taking that twist. Beautifully done. There's 6. I'm counting. There's 7. Yeah. Beautiful. Ooh, anybody feel? My shoulders feel it first. And that's because of that last exercise. And twist. And breathe. So, release. So I really want to see not just this. I could totally make this just shoulder, right? I'd like to see your whole body move back, forward, and back. Okay, we'll go to the other side. Can you do a little bit of it? Ooh, you need to do a little bit of this kind of work. Can you feel that in your back as well? Good. Is it okay? Is it too much? Not too much. Not too much? Okay. I try not to do too much. Okay, you're still here. Got a hair on the strap.
Great.
It's probably gray, it's white. Come back over here, grab. But thank you for that. See if you can grab the chair. Okay. Yeah, hold on to that chair. Because I want not just this. I'm not just doing this. That's great shoulder work. We're moving the body. And I'm coming back. We're moving the body. Yes. And I'm coming back. So I'm not really pulling the strap with my arm. I'm trying to do it with my core. Okay? This is number 5. Okay, you might feel a little pull in the shoulder as you come. It's okay. We're working shoulders. Okay, here's number 8. It might be 9. Here's number 9. We'll do extra because we're that kind of people. Here's number 10. And release. Now, do you find that the first side is harder than the second side? Almost every time it is, because you know the second side is like, oh yeah, she's just going to do this. Okay, go ahead and lose your strap. All righty. Let's do a little bit of sun salutation, and then we're going to do either you can be on the floor for Shavasana or up and over on the bolster. I'll bring the chairs. If you want to stay in I'll bring the other chairs in and we can prop that up because we really like that. That feels good. Okay, so inhale. The arms are going to go up. exhale, you're hinging that same anterior tilt. So it's try to be with a flat back, with a straight back. My hands will come here. Christy, this is where you want to be really careful. Yeah, I'm rolling back, stretching out the back, and then I'm going to inhale and come up, okay? Inhale the arms. Exhale, take the hinge. Hands come down on the inhale. On the exhale, I pull back. I'm just rounding. Inhale, come all the way up. Then exhale, and then inhale the arms. And exhale. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale up, exhale. How do I feel? I love when my spine moves. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale, hands down, exhale. Wow, oscillating that fan. Inhale up, exhale. Last one. No, we'll do 2 more. This is just 4. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale up, last one. Exhale. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale up, exhale, and pause. Find your breath. Maybe you move and exploring through the body. Okay. Who does not want to get on the floor? Let me grab chairs. The rest of you can work your way to the floor. You don't get to go to the floor, you get to stay up. She's projecting here. You want to go on the floor? No? Okay. I'm not sure that we get her so happy. So that's not. And then I'll show you with this one too. Okay, we've done this before. So before, if you're getting to the floor, just get on the floor. If you're not, I'm going to show this one first. Okay, I'm going to show both sides. Okay, turn it around, face it to you the way I have it. Okay, a block will be there. This is here. You're pulling this close, and then you're just draping your body. You can hold on to the chair. You can let your hands come down, but your body is just on. Let me show you from the side what it looks like, what we're doing. Okay, so I'm pulling the chair in. This block keeps the bolster from sliding. That's the purpose of that. And then I'm trying to take my body up and lay it on. Okay. Okay, here, you can use this chair. No, put the block underneath the rester. Yeah. That's good. How's that feel?
Feels pretty good.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this down. What this does is just hold it from sliding off. Now, try to go long. And then just hit from that. Does that stretch really do there a lot?
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing for you, Larry. Actually, this is the best. Add this, just add a little bit. I'm just gonna make it a little, turn your head aside so you can breathe. Oh, Chris has got it. You want to do that? Yeah, that's what she wants to. Okay, go ahead, turn your feet up the chair. Yeah, plant. Get your feet up here. There you go. Actually, your knees are gonna come all the way here. No, that feels absolutely phenomenal. But I do want you to have something underneath. Here you go. And we're also going to get one underneath your neck. How's that? Is that comfy?
Comfy.
Yeah, comfy.
Good. So, you saw the one. This is another one that's fabulous. Just breathe. Trying to let everything go. So, if you can get up and down on the floor, just the supported legs up is such a release, especially when we've done all the hip stuff we've done. And the back work. So breathing. You wanna try that one? She's like, I'm trying them all. So this is Shavasana, right? This is our time to work on stillness. And sometimes stillness is the hardest thing to find. Because our body, just the shifting. Is that okay on your arms, Joan and Larry? Is that okay on your arms there? Yeah. You put your coat, but I'm gonna do this. Oh, are you sure you're back? Is that gonna be okay? I'm gonna maybe use just a little closer. That's okay. Use your okay. Yeah, better. Yeah. And breathe. And then really, the focus starts to be not even on your breath in Shavasana. We really give ourselves an opportunity to just let everything go. We don't do that very often. When we're sleeping, we're unaware. This really isn't sleeping. So today we've been doing a lot of that contracting, expanding, reaching in two directions, working into our hips. So throughout our body, okay, this deepest presence is this contracting, this expanding is really like birds' wings. And you've seen those eagles or those hawks just soar. They have to have both the contraction and the expansion for their wings to even work. And it is this beautiful coordination. It's what keeps us upright, keeps us moving. So I'm going to close out the video. Just continue to lie here if you have time. Give yourself another 5 minutes. This breathing is one of the 7 movement principles. The expansion, the contraction, right? The oscillating nature, the in and the out, the ebb and the flow, the light and the dark, the happy, the sad, the waves of the ocean, the in tide, the out tide. Everything in nature, everything in our world has this oscillating movement. We are just taking advantage of it by paying attention to it. Have a wonderful day, marvelous week. Namaste.